So while my wife was making me matzo ball soup, the best I'd ever have, I was flirting on dating apps. And God, He said nothing. No storms, no disasters, no lightning bolts, just silence. So I thought that meant I was safe. I thought it meant I was cool. I didn't know it was the rope I was using to destroy myself. I was married for a couple years by then and already bored. That's the cycle of a narcissist. Once you get what you want, it loses the luster and the desire and the shine. But my wife at the time, although now we're divorced, she was the first woman I ever met that knew how to make matzo ball soup, and it is my absolute favorite. She used to make it for me on request, and it wasn't just, soup, it was like a full on event. She would cook for hours, the house filling with the smell of the soup. If I could go back in time, I would sit there quietly and just appreciate her, but I couldn't. I can't. And at the time, I believed in God a little bit, but I thought the world owed me. I felt very entitled. I had a bad childhood, and I told myself, I'm entitled to take whatever I want. So I went on dating apps, two of them at the time. I never met anyone in person, but I crossed a line, flirting over and over again, lying, feeding my ego while my wife would make soup. I'm in the kitchen on dating apps, and obviously I thought I could get away with it. I mistook God's silence for approval. I thought, well, if God cared, wouldn't He stop me? But the truth is, He wasn't stopping me. He was letting me write the ending to my own destruction, and I didn't know what was coming. So my wife didn't know everything, but obviously I think she knew enough. One day she found dating apps on my phone, two of them. We didn't have like a real screaming match or a real big argument. It was just mild disappointment, and I didn't understand it. I thought there would be more to it. But maybe that's the worst because even in that little argument we had, I could feel something shift and a coldness, an iciness. Things changed. Her text messages got shorter, the space between us got wider. She didn't laugh at my jokes anymore. She slept a little bit further on her side of the bed. She didn't want to touch me as much. I mean, there was coldness there. I was losing her. And I knew it. There's really no way to justify two dating apps on your phone when you've been married for years. She wasn't stupid. She knew what it meant, and I knew this was the beginning of the end. From there, everything started to crumble. My daughter was the first one to call me a narcissist. Then my wife joined in, and I felt cornered and bullied. I then lost my job not long after that, and that's when I realized God wasn't ignoring me. He was letting me destroy myself. God's silence wasn't absence, it was perfect patience. And He gave me enough rope to destroy myself. And when the drop finally came, it wasn't punishment, it was proof. He was there the whole time, just waiting for the moment when I could no longer deny the truth. Now, if you're in that place, restless, bored, convincing yourself you're not really cheating, understand this. God's silence doesn't mean you're safe. It means He's watching. And when He decides it's time for the truth, you do not get to control the ending. You have to live with it. And for the victims, if you're with a narcissist and you think they're being faithful, I challenge you. Ask them to use your phone. My wife asked me if she could borrow my phone. And I wasn't that scared. I thought she was making a simple phone call to order food. That's not what happened. She went in the bathroom and locked herself in, and I didn't exactly know what was happening. I got out of bed finally, and she handed me my phone and said, "Look, I found the dating apps." There's no real way to explain this. I had to accept the fate, and that's how my wife caught me. She, told me her phone died and she wanted to borrow mine to order a pizza or something. I didn't even hear her crying or anything. She just said she found my apps. She tricked me, she played me, and I was stupid and arrogant enough to believe her story without imagining she would look at my apps, even though they weren't even hidden. That was the day the silence ended, and my ultimate demise. Our marriage began to crumble. I would never recover from this. I miss her to this day. But life goes on, and I accept it. There's nothing I can do. I thank God for awakening me, but that's what happened. Thanks for watching. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe and like.